Hello, folks, and welcome to the MegaMets podcast. Sorry for what happened last night. There was a combination of a squirrel chewing up the fiber op line, and then my mom screwed up with the router in terms of getting the wires in place. Right spot. Welcome to our predictions for New Japan's final event of the year, Strong Style Evolve 2024, from the Walter Pyramid in Los Angeles, California, Long Beach, California.
This time he gets help from Guy again.
Yep. Time to get started.
You're listening to Clement's Final Fantasy II retrospective, aren't you?
No, I'm listening with Street Fighter video because right now I'm a little agitated.
What
I'm
happened?
agitated because I just found out that my Windows 11 update needs to update to 2.4H2. But from what I've been hearing, it's safe enough to install because they think they fixed most of the issues. So I'm just waiting until it fully installs. So I just want to get this done now before then.
Okay.
So let's get started.
You want to start with the first match? It's on the pre-show.
First off, it's a kickoff match, the pre-show. Vandagriff versus Zane J.
Vandagriff has held his spot as the top survivor. If he get through this, he'll get a full roster spot. If he loses, Zane J will take over. At the end.
Yep. Mm-hmm. My vote's on Vandagriff. Let him become the strongest.
I'm actually going to go for the upset and say Zane J.
Fair enough. Your turn now.
Mina Shirakawa against Johnny Robbie. This one, Shirakawa, fresh off a failed AEW Women's title match this past Wednesday on Winter is Coming, now sets off to face one of the best in the UK. Think, or NJPW Academy prospect. I'm going to go Shirakawa.
I'm also taking Shirakawa. So that's at least something. Next up, the second match for the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship. The Grizzled Young Veterans, who are the champs, James Drake and Zack Gibson, will face off against West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jorel Nelson and Royce Issacs.
On the one hand, it's too soon to take the belts off GYV. On the other hand, West Coast Wrecking Crew have been a day one mainstay in NJPW Strong. Do you finally pull the trigger and put the belts on them after multiple attempts of not putting it on them? Whether it was against Aussie Open, the Motor City Machine Guns, or against TMDK, and now against GYV.
That's a tough
Especially when you consider what the main mantra is when you're facing the Grizzled Young Vets. Always remember to grit your teeth.
Indeed. So who's you going to pick?
I'm going to say West Coast Wrecking Crew. Knowing you,
I'm sticking with the Grizzled. They will retain.
Okay.
Next up, your turn.
A preview for the Fatal 4-Way match at Wrestle Kingdom 19, which will be for the IWGP Junior Tag Titles. This has four members, one member from each team going at it in a Fatal 4-Way. Clark Connors for the War Dogs, KUSHIDA for the Jet Setters, Kosei Fujita for the Ichiban Sweet Boys, and TJP for Catch 2-2.
Yeah.
I was a little, to be honest, I'm kind of miffed they turn it into a four-way match at Wrestle Kingdom. I get why, because the Jet Setters believe that they owe Catch 2-2 a tag title match from losing to TJ and Akira during the Super Junior Tag League. They owe Ichiban Sweet Boys because Ichiban Sweet Boys won the Super Junior Tag League. But when you consider the War Dogs, the former champs who are still obligated a rematch of their own in their own rights, from a match they never should have lost back in October, in my view.
Yeah.
This is mostly designed to build momentum for one team over the other three.
Uh-huh.
This is the one where I'm throwing knives blindfolded. I'm going to go with TJP. What about you?
I'm going with KUSHIDA.
Okay.
Next up, one-on-one match. Lio Rush versus Hechicero.
The Warlock. Eesh.
Yep, the Warlock himself.
Now, if this is also the preview for Wrestle Dynasty, where we'll have New Japan, AEW, ROH, CMLL, and Stardom on the card, who knows? But you'll expect a lot of fast pace as well as technical in the air as well as on the ground. But as to who wins this, I'm going to give this to the bad child, Lio Rush.
I'll probably also give it to Lio Rush. You'll have what it takes to survive it. Now it's your turn.
Special tag match. Originally, this was supposed to be Jacob Austin Young and Hanare versus Titan and Hiromu Takahashi. Unfortunately, during the World Tag League, Hanare suffered a severe knee injury that not only near the end of the tournament, that not only took him out of this match, but also forced him and Okan to vacate the IWGP Heavyweight Tag titles. Now, don't get me wrong. That match between Okan and whoever his partner will be against the Young Bucks at Wrestle Dynasty is still going to happen. It's just they won't have to defend. It's just now that whoever wins that match will become the new IWGP Heavyweight Tag title, holders of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag titles. So taking Hanare's place, the newest recruit to the United Empire, handpicked by TJP, the Templar, Templario.
Indeed. That's a lot to take in.
Sheesh, going from the Brotherhood of Assassins to the Order of the Templars. Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Baphomet has got to be smiling on that.
I think he is. So who's your prediction?
I'm going to go Templario and Young.
I'm going with Takahashi and Titan. Now we reach the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship match. The champion, Gabe Kidd, will face off against the challenger, Ryohei Oiwa.
The Madman versus the Grip.
Yep.
This is an interesting contrast because much like with Fujita, Kidd was Oiwa's senpai when they were in the dojo before all of them went on excursion. Well, or at the very least, Kidd did, and then a couple of years later, Fujita got snatched up by the Mighty O'Neil, and then Oiwa went on excursion several months after that. That said, is Oiwa ready for this? We know this is for him. For both men, this is a warm-up match for what they've got at the Tokyo Dome. For Oiwa, he's part of the triple threat alongside Cobb and Narita for the NJPW World Television title. For Kidd, he's got Kenny Omega at Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah, this might get rough.
I'm going to say Kidd retains.
I will also say Kidd retains because it's too soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn now.
Next up, a six-man tag match. TMDK consisting of Zack Sabre Jr., Bad Dude Tito, and Shane Haste against Shota Umino and Dirty Work, Fred Rosser, and Filthy Tom Lawler.
Mm-hmm. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's continue. Sorry.
When you consider that Umino has gotten a lot of flack for his brazen challenge of Zack over the last couple of months, i.e. basically challenging him for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, when many believe it's been nothing but empty promises with the shooter. You gotta wonder if he can live up to the hype. Here, I don't know. Especially when you consider he's got Zack on the 4th. You pick first.
This is a tough one. I think I'll be picking Umino, Rosser, and Lawler to win this one.
I'll take TMDK then.
Fair enough. Now we reach the penultimate event, the semi-main, a special tag team grudge match. Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji will face off against Konosuke Takeshita and Jack Perry.
Another preview matchup for separate matches on the separate cards. Shingo will be it'll be winner take all between Takagi and Takeshita for the never openweight class title and the AEW International title on the 4th. The winner of that faces Tomohiro Ishii on the 5th. And Tsuji will face the Scapegoat on January 5th at Wrestle Dynasty.
Yeah.
This mostly came about during Fighting Spirit Unleashed, where after Tsuji and Shingo won a tag match against the Undisputed Kingdom, Tsuji got attacked by Jack Perry, who basically told him, "I want you at Wrestle Dynasty." While Takeshita, on the other hand, after defeating TJP to retain the AEW International title, got challenged by Shingo to a match for that title. And then, shortly thereafter, Ishii came out and said, "I don't care which one of you wins on the 4th. I'm getting one of you, I'm going to get the ass of on the 5th, regardless of who's got both belts."
Yep.
I'm going to give this to LIJ.
And I'm giving this to Takeshita and Perry.
Okay. Finally, the main event. The CEO, Mercedes Moné, defends the strong women's title against Hazuki.
This will be a good one.
I mean, you consider that Mercedes is going to have a lot on her plate between now, World's End, Wrestle Dynasty, all the way to Revolution in March for AEW. She's got to drop, and even Battle in the Valley the week after Wrestle Kingdom. She's got to drop one of these belts at one point or another. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow night, on Sunday night in Long Beach.
I don't think it should be today, so I'm saying Mercedes retains.
Same here. Mercedes, the CEO, will once again walk out with that strong women's title in hand. At the soonest, she drops it at Battle in the Valley. At the latest, it might be until Windy City Riot or Capital Collision in April.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for tonight's show, folks. Be sure to tune in next week, next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We'll be looking over Wrestle Kingdom.
I look forward to that.
Comment, like, and subscribe to not just us, but to the other members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. He's Mega Man G. I'm Mets2128. We are the Mega Mets. Goodbye and good night. Bang.